Today we are going to make cruffins. You're like, what the f is a cruffin? Well, it's a croissant muffin. So we are gonna show you right now how to do that. The ingredients and prep will be below. It's very simple because we're gonna cheat a little bit and use, oh, I'm showing you those backwards, crescent rolls. They're not even like brand name. They're the generic ones. So you're gonna roll those out. So let's get started. You need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I may have more than 2 in here. Like you can never have enough butter, right? Like, no? Okay.
I agree. Go for it.
You were like,
I'm like,
you're like deer in the headlights over there. You're like dead eyes. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Yeah, okay. So I have a little more than 2 tablespoons of butter in there, but whatever. Nobody's checking me. We have 2 tablespoons of just sugar, just regular old sugar. In that sugar, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. You can use dark or light, whatever you have in your cabinet. And that's good. Close enough. Okay. In the same mixture, you're gonna wanna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
Cinnamon with an S?
Cinnamon, no. Cinnamon. I crossed off the sugar on the bottom because we reused this bottle. Because we got the Costco bottle of cinnamon, but nobody wants to shake a Costco bottle of cinnamon on their coffee.
I want to see a cinnamon shake.
And then fit in here.
It doesn't fit. Good stuff, honey.
Okay, so we're just gonna shake it in there. I mean, if you have too much cinnamon, it doesn't matter. Like again, it's like butter. So 1 teaspoon of this.
Note from the editor, we're using a new gimbal for some of the shots, so if you hear beeping, it's a shitty gimbal.
Who's the editor? Isn't that you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying, note from the editor.
Okay, so we're done with our cinnamon sugar. All right, in this little bowl, we now have cinnamon, brown sugar, and regular sugar. We're gonna stir that up. Because you know, sometimes the brown sugar has little clumps in it. I'm just gonna unclump it.
You ever want to say, can I borrow a cup of brown sugar?
You're only appealing to people our age right there. The young people are like, I don't get it. Exactly. All right. Trying to get all the clips out.
Anybody in the comments, if you know what movie that's from.
I do.
You get a special prize.
You get a shout out?
You get a shout out.
It's a special prize. Listen, my channel doesn't make money, so you get a shout out.
A cup of brown sugar.
You're so funny. It was a great movie. Right. Okay, so I stirred that up. I can ditch these spoons. Back for my kitchen helper to deal with later. Okay, the hardest part of this whole thing is opening these crescent rolls without jumping 20 feet.
You gotta hit it against the table.
No, I can't do that. There's like a little spot, right, that you put the spoon in. I'm using a knife just because, like, YOLO. Oh! Where's the thing? I'm scared of it.
Seriously, just...
That one's open.
That's definitely going in slow.
No! I hate these things. Like the biscuits and these. Ugh, it's awful. I swear. This should be part of like a haunted house, making people open these.
Just hit it against the board.
It doesn't.
Hit it like you want to hit me. There you go.
Yeah, that wasn't better. It still popped. Still don't like it. So these are both open. You want to just use about 2 tablespoons of flour on your cutting board because you're not trying to flour this stuff. You just don't want it to stick. So I used exactly 2 tablespoons of flour. I know this looks dirty probably, but you gotta flour your stick.
All right.
I know. Also, you're gonna cut this into strips when you're done. I totally got out my pizza cutter because it's like way easier. So you might wanna do that. And right before I started, I turned the oven on to 350 because you can put these together fairly quickly. So if you wait to turn the oven on, then you're gonna be standing there staring at the oven. So this is what you get out of the container of the fresh crescents I just made. All right, so everybody knows they've got like these perforations on them. So what you're gonna roll out is the perforations, which I'll squeeze them a little bit first, just so I know they're gonna stick together. That's my mom tip of the day. Makes it easier to roll them out if you just squeeze it all together a little bit. So see how I'm rolling it and some of the little perforations aren't sticking to each other? You just wanna make sure like the holes are closed. Does it have to be perfect? No, but you know, as many closed holes as you can get. Because once you're rolling them, you don't want it to fall apart. And this does not have to be perfect, so. All right. You're just gonna want them to be equal size when you are rolling the two of them out. You're gonna be putting them on top of each other, so you wanna do your best to have them be close enough in size. All right. Oh, and I just made a hole in that one. More flour. Okay, the next one. At least I don't have to make it open again. These are super sticky. So, you know, you're not trying to add flour to them, but you really don't have a choice to get them to roll out okay. Okay, they're rolled out. That one's gonna need a little bit of love when we shove it back on because some of it did come a little bit open. Okay, it might be a little sticky. See, I made some holes in it when I threw it over there. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your butter. Remember we made too much, but you don't wanna use all of it. So you're just gonna, it says put a light coating. Sure we are. So we're just gonna put butter down. We'll maybe give it like a medium light coating because, you know, it's butter. I know these are crescent rolls too, so there's probably already like a full stick of butter in each one. And you can see how all the little ridges are gone, but you know, it's had the ridges in it while it's been sitting in a fridge and at a manufacturing plant. So you're not gonna get rid of all of them completely. You won't see them once you cut it into little strips and you stick it in the muffin pan we've got going over here. I'm gonna pour a little bit more of this butter on them too when they get in the pan, just like over the top, make them nice and crispy. Okay, you're gonna take your cinnamon, brown sugar, regular sugar, which not all the little clumps of brown sugar out of here, but it's okay. So you're just gonna shake this all over. You're not gonna use all of this mixture though. You need to save some for the end. You're gonna dip the tops of these. And there's no right or wrong. Like if you spill a little, again, nobody's gonna complain because it's too cinnamon sugary. Like this is about how much I have left over in the container. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, let's try to get this hot mess on top of it. So you're gonna put this on top of it. We're gonna stretch it out to fit and squeeze a little bit of the edges. It's not that bad. Like it mostly fits. But see these little perforations, they like to cause problems. So we're just gonna squish them down because you don't want any holes in it. No holes. No holes in my cruffins. They're really good to make for breakfast instead of cinnamon rolls. We're not gonna do like a glaze on them at the end, but after you've done all of this, stick them in the pan, you cook them, you could put a glaze on them. You could put Nutella in here. You could put chocolate chips. You're gonna cut this in 6 strips because it's gonna make 6. Just get that. So to make it even, I will cut 2 like equal parts first, and then you cut in the middle of those equal parts, if that makes any sense to anyone except for me. So, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, this is home cooking.
This is baking for real life.
It's true. And you know what? The kids will literally eat anything, so it doesn't mean they don't have to be pretty.
You're pretty.
Thank you. You're contractually obligated to think so, but I appreciate it. All right, so 6. We got 6 strips. Now they're loaded with butter, and I'm still gonna spray Pam, my friend Pam. I'm gonna go over to the sink. In the bottom of these muffin cups, because I don't want them to stick. We don't wanna have to eat them out of the muffin pan. That would be bad. Okay, all you're gonna do is take it and roll it up like a little pretty flower.
You're a pretty flower.
Oh my God. Okay. And then you're gonna take the rest of your butter and your cinnamon, and you're gonna literally, what the thing says, you're going to dunk it in.
Dunk it.
And then you're gonna dip it in this. And that's what it looks like on the top. You're going to stick it in your pan, and that's it. It's done. Okay, so let's do the next one. Which obviously the end one is kind of thick. I knew that was coming. So typically, like they'll show up flat like this. like they'll be flat. You don't have to like grind the ends on because when they sit in there, it's all gonna come together. So dunk it in our low fat butter mixture. And then in here too. So pretty. In the, aw, you know what, it doesn't matter.
This is why we can't have nothing.
I know, this is why. All right, so you're gonna do this 6 times since we have 6 of them. All right, so oven 350, and these are gonna go in for 20 minutes, but watch them, right? Because like this little guy might not need 20 minutes, but he's gonna get it. So these ones, these ones will be perfect, and this one might be a little crispy. All right, we'll be back. Goodbye, Cruffins. The Cruffins are still cooking, baking, baking.
Getting some heat.
They're getting done. I don't know, I give up. Okay, so someone convinced me to make a glaze for the top of them.
Me.
Like cinnamon rolls. Super easy. I'm gonna do it really fast. This is powdered sugar. I didn't want to dig the big one out, so we're just gonna be extra lazy. And I'm not making very much glaze. So I'm gonna put 2 spoonfuls of powdered sugar and like a dash of milk. The more, too much, you can't take back out, right? So I'm just gonna put a little dash of that in there. See how it like dissolved instantly? Dude, did I just guess this right the first time?
So perfect.
I mean, obviously. Okay, so I could use some more powdered sugar. See what I mean by a dash though? Like just the tiniest bit of milk with the powdered sugar. And honestly, if you add too much powdered sugar, you just put a little more milk in it and vice versa. And that's it. This is the easy little glaze. See? It's like, I know I'm doing that backwards. It's like thick, but not watery. It's got a little bit of thickness to it. So the Cruffins will be done in like 3 minutes. After I take them out, I'm gonna let them cool off for a minute because if you put this glaze on it, it's just gonna melt right off if you do that. I did save the rest of that butter and I was gonna put it on, but I feel like maybe it's a little too much now.
I didn't even think that was a thing.
What?
Too much butter.
Well, if I'm gonna put glaze on it too, this is how I have a stroke and die.
All right.
So I will be back in a couple minutes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. We're gonna take them out. We're gonna sit them here. We're gonna put a little more butter on them, but wait until they cool a bit before we put the glaze on them. Let's see if I can get them out. Oh, I hate these oven gloves. They need to make like small ones. Oh!
Okay.
Look at, okay, I think I got it. I got it this time. Thank you, honey.
Ooh, those look so pretty.
Thank you.
Just like you.
Oh my God. So this is what they look like. A little piece of burnt cinnamon just fell off. See how they puff up? Just like cinnamon rolls, you know, a little bit extra butter is not gonna hurt anybody. So we're just gonna put a little bit of extra butter on the top and let it kind of melt. These Cruffins are so hot that the butter definitely is going to just, like you can see these ones, I already started putting butter on. It just melts right into the little layers. These are gonna sit now, maybe like 5 minutes, just enough to get like the melt my face off of them, and then we'll glaze them. We'll be right back. Okay, they've cooled off enough. We waited long enough. I can't, like, I want to eat them warm, right? Like you can't not eat warm stuff out of the oven. So we're just gonna put a little bit of this glaze, otherwise we're gonna die of glaze poisoning.
There you go, make a mess.
Well.
Make it messy. I like it.
I know. See, just a little bit, because.
I feel like it needs more.
You do? Oh my God. We'll come back and eat one in a minute. I'm gonna take it out and like, get a fork. No, I'm just gonna use my fingers. Okay, use my fingers. All right. Okay, we're back. They're glazed. They're not on fire. They're warm. They're warm. They're not on fire.
I think you can handle it.
I think I can. I've eaten plenty of things that have to do like the, what is it? The reverse tornado. What do they call it? Yeah. Instead of like, that's what they call it. Okay. Oh, see, they come out perfect of the tin. No sticking, and they're not burnt. A for effort.
Good job.
I know, right? I'm just gonna break it apart. Oh no. So I can see the inside, like all the layers of flavor in there. And there's no steam because, you know, we waited a bit. So. That's good.
I think you should let me have the other half.
All right, you can get the small half though.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
It was really good. Like you could totally do this for like somebody's brunch and they would be super impressed. Be like, they're so perfect. How'd you make those? You don't have to tell them you opened a crescent rolls.
No, you could tell them you saw it on YouTube on the Bitchy Baker. Like and subscribe.
It's true. It's true. All right, I'm gonna put that down. Super easy. And it feels like fancy and it took you a really long time to do them. So again, all the ingredients will probably be below. These are things you may even have in your house. If you just have crescent rolls laying around, you could use them for this instead of just plain old boring crescent rolls in the oven. And that's it. If you like what you see, please come back and join us. Share with your friends. Please like and subscribe. I have to add that. I actually forgot because it's been a bit since we've done this. And otherwise, thanks for stopping by and I will see you next Tuesday.